Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to Today in Bitcoin. Today is April 3rd, 2017. Opening day for the Baltimore Orioles, who just won. Yeah, this is the home of cryptocurrency straight talk. No fancy setter graphics, just information. Thanks to all my live viewers out there. We're going to have an early show for Europeans tomorrow morning before I leave for the airport to go back to the United States. So, yeah, if you're up really early on the East Coast, you might get it. But you Europeans, we will have an early morning show on Tuesday around 10 or 11 a.m. London time. So, yeah, happy opening day, everyone. Orioles winning extra innings. You're probably not happy in Toronto, but hey, man, it was the opposite of the wild card game. So now we're happy. So the Trezor is still selling like hotcakes, everyone. Get your Trezor. And Poloniex is back up. But it should still be a lesson for you altcoiners out there. You can even get a Trezor and put your Dash there just as easily as you put your Bitcoin there. You always want to avoid stashing your coins on an exchange because they do get hacked. So my affiliate code to buy a Trezor is below in the notes section. Just use regular shipping because they've been on back order lately and stuff. You'll get yours eventually. It's great that the demand is so high. That just shows that Bitcoin is as popular as ever. Hey, so Tone tweeted out this lovely tweet on this lovely $1,150 Bitcoin day. Bitcoin consolidating Bitcoin US dollar at 1140 ascending triangle reached target. Waiting on imminent pop to 1175 to reach target of Bitcoin trade. Hey, that sounds good. 1175 would be great. I want to see that pop, Tone. I like it. Hey, you know what? I want to say hello to Napoleon, Robert, Dakota, Doug, all in the chat. I think James Bond and Poliog are over there too. They rock the world. Now I can talk about the Ripple pump and dump lesson that everyone should have learned. I don't even talk about Ripple ever. And I'm glad I didn't really mention it yesterday, or did I mention something about it? I don't know. But I didn't mention it substantially. Today, there's something of substance. It basically doubled, and then it loses everything today. So, I mean, if you were sleeping and you bought it on the way up, now you lost all this money. I mean, this is why you don't get into these things. People are like, oh, Ripple appears to be a great buy now. Oh, the government is the banks are doing this with it. And then it just totally deflates. It was a total pump and dump. And yeah, it could go up 20% tomorrow. It's so irrational to get into that and think you're going to win when it's a loser's game with something like that. Be careful. Just buy and hold Bitcoin, or just hold your Bitcoin. Do nothing. Do nothing with your Bitcoin. Do nothing. Hold. That's it. You'd be better off doing nothing with your Bitcoin than buying Ripple on the way up last night and then feeling the wrath today. So, yeah, a viewer asked Adam, what is going on with altcoins? And there's 73 live viewers right now. Pound that like button, guys. Pound that like button. Yeah, so what's going on with these altcoins? Well, it looks like we're on the road back to 75% Bitcoin dominance at the least. I mean, Bitcoin is improving. These altcoins are dumping. And that's Ripple just had a pump too. So there was a slight bump for the altcoins from Ripple, which now has basically almost disappeared totally. So Bitcoin is at 69% dominance right now. I know James Bond, he likes that, doesn't he? He thinks everything's funny that has funny numbers, but that'll go away also. The 69% soon enough. The Dash, it'll be over 70% again. It's on the road to 75%, and it's just, again, everyone was like, oh, these altcoins are becoming so dominant. It's a seesaw thing, man. All that money, it wasn't new money going into those altcoins. It was not. It's just the old Bitcoin money, and it's going to flow back in with the Segwit momentum, with the like, I can't pump this anymore momentum. I mean, the Dash deflate, that has clearly helped Bitcoin. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Just like the Bitcoin panic helped Dash. But the Dash deflate actually helped Ethereum a couple days ago too, kind of maintain. And now Ethereum's having a hard time maintaining. Ethereum should have a better time maintaining because, again, you can use dollars. So there's going to always be a little bit of new money going into there. But it'll lose some too. It'll lose some too. So yeah, when they were being really pumped, that was a great time to buy Bitcoin with your pumped up altcoins. And so what else is going on with these minor ones? Well, there are all these pump and dump teams that go around, and they were having a lot of success because everyone was so into altcoins. They'd pump up random one Bitcoin dark, and then they'd leave it. And it's only these pump and dump teams of whatever you want, speculators, whatever you want to call them, that benefits from this stuff. I mean, you'll hear a few like 19-year-old guys say, "Oh, I made so much money." You never hear the 90% of the other guys say, "Ooh, I lost a lot of money." And I appreciate all the people who leave comments here who admit when they do lose money on things. That's great. That's great. Like when I was naive back in 2014 and I lost a lot of Bitcoin on Swarm, this project called Swarm. I mentioned that on the on my live chat, my Ask Me Anything, if anyone wants to check that out. I forgot to link to it below, but I guess I'll add that after we're done. The links are all below that are mentioned here. I've got to label them a little bit better. Anyway, the dumps of the major altcoins and some of these mid-level ones like Decred that are on the verge of becoming major ones, those dumps are gonna fuel Bitcoin again. And the reason there was irrational exuberance into them because there was irrational panic out of Bitcoin. So now we're going to just start to see, since all this irrational behavior is starting to go away, we're not paying attention to those irrational people anymore, that these altcoins are going to start draining back into Bitcoin. Especially the top ones make the big difference. All right, so there's some real Kim.com news apparently. I feel like saying, the boy who cried wolf. It was becoming the boy who cried Kim.com. Everyone kept on saying, Kim.com's got news, and then he wouldn't have news. Well, he did post a little tweet here of him with his long sought after Bitcoin mega upload thingamajig. It's not going to be in working order for 6 months, apparently. There's an article that I linked to that gives a little bit more depth to the entire thing. So, okay, looks like there's a little bit more substance this time. I put his name in the title because I know people do like to hear about him. And yeah, we had some huge Bitcoin trading volume today, man. Yeah, pound the like button. Litecoin, 59% Segwit signaling. Not much of a difference since yesterday, but I do link to it. It does need to be at 75% for it to be implemented, actually. And I would not be, so people have asked, is there going to be a second surge? And it wouldn't shock me if, yeah, there is a second surge at $10, especially if we're stuck at this 59% for a while, and then suddenly the number hits the low 70s. If you see that scenario play out, then, and if it doesn't hit 75, like we're at 59% for 5 days, let's say, or a week, and then boom, it hits 70%. It'll probably surge to $10 then, I would assume, if that occurs. So pay attention. Hey, remember, check out my Twitter, guys. I've been really retweeting some awesome tweets during the day. Obviously, tomorrow there won't be as many tweets when I'm on the way to the airport and flying. But TechBalt, that's linked to below. TechBalt, TechBalt, is my Twitter. Twitter can be a lot of fun, I gotta tell you. Good information on there. I think a lot of people on Twitter just like to tweet out 1,000 things. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. Read the stuff. I mean, you learn stuff from Tone, from Vinny, from Alistair, from all these guys that are out there. It's really interesting stuff. So the and I learned today from there. So the Bitfinex hack is now what, like 8 months ago? And they had this whole setup where they were going to get everybody their money back. Well, apparently, if you had patience with them and you just kept your tokens that they gave you there, I don't even know everything that had to have happened. But if you were patient, you've been 100% redeemed, apparently. So there's an example of where patience pays off. But also it's an example of, like, don't keep your funds on these exchanges. Just don't. I mean, they gave some Bitfinex token, and I think that's what's, I haven't looked into this. That's what's reimbursed that. So yeah, if you got a Bitfinex token, keep it there. You have nothing to lose, I guess. I mean, you'd already lost, what, 30% of all your money or something? I mean, horrible. So that involves some patience and forethought. But here's some forethought for you. Take your what you don't need to have on there, take off of there. Take every Bitcoin off of there now, put it in your Trezor. So I linked to that tweet below. Have a strong hand, people. Have a strong hand with Bitcoin. That just means don't get tempted into selling your Bitcoin. Don't get tempted into getting into scams and cloud mining and just doing something with your Bitcoin just to do something with it. Don't be impulsive like some of these people out here. I mean, people who talk about Bitcoin, who have Bitcoin video channels, are the most impulsive people you ever seen. Complete disgraces. So Erik Voorhees, who I've criticized before, who I wanted people to boycott Shapeshift. And I thought he was like loving everything that was going on because of everyone panicking into altcoins, and his business completely depends on altcoins. He has a tweet out, and I got to give him credit. It says, Segwit should be activated. The sooner, the better. And I'll support any plan that moves it forward. So that says a lot right there, guys. That says a lot about the momentum of Segwit. I want to leave you with that very, very positive note. I will talk to you guys in the morning for the European show. I will join the 100 live viewers in, and I think the legend Bitcoin, who has his own channel, is in the chat right now. What's up? He has a good channel. He's not impulsive. And he's a young guy, and he is not impulsive. So much props to him. Check out his channel. He's been on our panel before. He'll be on our panel hopefully in the next few weeks. I got to email him. So yeah, I'm Adam Meister, Bitcoin Meister, Disrupt Meister. Remember, subscribe to the channel, like this video, share this video. I'm out of here. I'll see you in the chat. Bye.